Hello and welcome to the class. I, Dr. Meenu Balyan, would be taking today lecture of financial accounting and analysis. The topic which we are going to discuss today is about the accounting equation. Before starting this new chapter, it is very necessary to have a recap what we have learned earlier. The very first thing which I told you that about what is accounting and how the different concept of accounting is working. So, we are focusing on the different, we also focused on the different terms of the accounting, where we studied about the creditors, debtors, debit, credit, what is the stock, how we call it inventory, and what is the different ledgers, balance sheet. We have already discussed all these things in the previous lecture. Today we would be focusing about the accounting equation. Actually, accounting equation is an equation which summarizes the relationship between the asset, liability and the capital. How it is related? These three things are actually working all together. When anybody start any business, these are the three things which are working all together. The very first is your asset. What is the asset? These are the property or anything which you have purchased for the revenue generation. You have implemented this thing, you have installed these things, maybe the physical asset, maybe the current assets, you are using these assets for the purpose of generating revenue. All these property, all these assets will help you, because once you are starting your business, maybe you have, suppose you have purchased the furniture. Once you have purchased this furniture and you are using it in your office and it is helping you, you are sitting there and you are working there, so it will helping you in the generating the revenue. But once you have purchased the furniture for the personal use and you are putting this furniture at your home, you are using it for the comfort, that is not the asset, it assumed to be your personal property. So, what is asset? Means the things, the material and the property which helping you to generate more and more revenue into the business. Second is the liability. This liability, the things which you have taken from the outside people and you are supposed to pay it back after some time. So, this is known as the liability. The third time is the owner's equity or just equity, we can call it the capital also. It is what the actually it is a claim of the owner for the business after the assets and the after the liability, which whatever is the left. Once you are putting your money, maybe this capital, maybe this equity you have introduced in the business, maybe in the form of a stock, maybe in the form of cash, or maybe in the form of raw material, or maybe in the form of some property, some land, building and all. At the time of starting the business, whatever you are carrying with you once starting your business, that is all known as the equity or the capital. Now, we will talk about the relationship between the asset, liability and the capital. These three things are related with each other. This equation is known as the accounting equation. Actually, whenever we talk about the accounting equation or whenever we talk about the any kind of equation, we assume that both the sides should be equal, means their result should be equal. That time this is called the equation. Here I have written that asset equals to liability plus your capital or maybe your equity. It means that asset would be equal to the summation of the all the capital, all the equity and all the liability. It would be more easy to understand with the example of this. So, here I have taken the example that suppose you have buy a car rupees 5,000. The car is amounted rupees 5,000 and the 4,000 you have borrowed from the bank. You have taken money from the bank as a loan and the rest amount you have paid yourself. The three things are there. Once you are purchasing an asset worth rupees 5,000. Second, the amount which you are taking from the other people, from the other institutions, from any other person, that is known as the liability, that is 4,000, and the thing which you have put yourself, that is 1,000. Only 1,000 belongs to you, that is your equity. 4,000 belongs to the liability because you have taken from the other person, and the asset for which you are going to sum up this amount, for which you are collecting this amount, is known as the asset, that is 5,000. Asset are the different resources. It could be your current assets, it could be your fixed asset. We will talk about one by one. Here are some types of asset that might be owned by the business at the time of they are running a company or running a firm. First one is the cash. That is the most liquid form of asset. This is known as the liquid asset, as you do not need to convert this into the any other thing. It is just cash. Other things we need to convert into the cash, because that is the most liquid asset. Second one is your note, receivables, land, buildings, equipments or machinery, whatever you have taken, store supplies, different vehicles which you are using for, maybe for the picking up the raw material, for delivery, whatever you are, whatever purpose you are borrowing this vehicle, and the account receivable. These all are known as the asset. There are some fixed asset, there are some current asset. What are the fixed asset? The fixed asset means it is not easily converted into the cash. Once you are purchasing these assets, that will be used for 10 years, 20 years, or as per the life of the asset. Current assets are most liquid asset. You can easily convert these assets into the cash within a time period. Liabilities, this account payable is the liability, because you are supposed, you have taken money from the other people and you are supposed to pay them back. Note receivable payable, wages payable, and the taxes payable. All the responsibility, all the liability which you are having and you are supposed, or your company is supposed to pay, is considered as the liability. This is the equity. It would be more easy by, because equity is not just equity. There are four things. Some things by the addition or by the subtraction, it affect the this equity. Maybe the equity increase, maybe the it will decrease. In the business, equity is comprised of four parts of either increase or decrease equity. We will go one by one. The very first thing is the capital. What is the owners put into the business? Suppose you are starting a business with a capital of rupees, suppose 5 lakhs. So, this 5 lakhs amount which a owner put into the business is known as the capital. It will increase the equity, because you are putting cash in the form of capital into the business. Second is the withdrawal. Withdraw is the amount, withdraw is the things which you are withdrawing from the business for anything purpose. For maybe you are using it for the personal use, that time it become the drawings, but when you are using it for the business, it decrease the equity, because you have withdrawn this amount. Revenue actually is including it is a form when you are putting all the money into the business, what actually you are getting out of it. After putting 5 lakh, what you are getting, the surplus of this, or maybe there are some loss, that if the loss is there, we could not call it revenue, but if surplus is there, more than 5 lakh you are earning, that time it become your revenue. This the expense is the fourth one. It is the things which you are doing to generate more and more profit, because without the expenditures, without these kind of activities, business cannot be run. Maybe you are using it to pay the delivery charges, maybe you are using this expenses are occur to pay the different wages, different salaries, rent of the factory, rent of the office, your office expenses, your administration expenses, your commission charges, your interest charges, maybe the different indirect expenses are included on in all the in the expenses. It could be direct or it could be indirect. What is direct and indirect? Direct expenses are those expenses which are directly related to the production process, means they actually helping in the production. By purchasing the raw material, the purchase is the expenses, and once you are purchasing the raw material, that expenses, without this purchasing of raw material, the production cannot be started. So, before starting the production, it is necessary to purchase the raw material, that is called the direct expenses. If we talk about the indirect expenses, these are those expenses which are directly not related with the production, but it helps in the sideline. They are helping to grow the business, like you have a office where you are managing all the orders, where you are placing all the orders related to the production, where you are managing that how the finished goods will be delivered to the different suppliers, different companies, these all are the indirect expenses. You include advertisement expenses, office expenses and other indirect expenses to increase more and more profit. So, once the expenses are there, it will take the equity decrease because you are spending money. Once you are spending money, that time there would be a decrease in the equity, but when some addition is there, it means there would be increase in the capital or in the we can say in the equity. So, there are two things which are increasing the equity, that is the capital and the revenue, because the money is coming into the business. The two things which are decreasing this equity, that is withdrawal of anything, means the stock or maybe the money, and different expenses which are occurring during the time of business. It could be more easy to understand that equity is can be defined like liability, owner's capital minus withdrawals plus revenues and the different expenses. What we are doing, see that the equation is same which I have just shown you 2 slides before. Asset equals to liability plus your equity. Now, equity is being divided into the different part, that is your capital, your withdrawal, your revenue and your expenses. So, capital would be added to the liability, withdrawal will be minus from this liability, revenue again will be added and expenses again will be minus from the this liability. At the end of this this equation, after all this calculation, the balance should be equal, means your asset always should be equals to the liability plus equity. Once it is balanced, that is why it is called the accounting equation, because we know both the balances, both the parts of the account should be matched, means debit always should be equals to the credit, then only we assume that business is going well and there is no manipulation kind of thing. Now, what is the nature of accounting equation? Why the accounting equation always hold the true with every change that occurred due to the transaction entered into. Why it is happening? The change is why it is changing is happening due to the dual aspect concept of the accounting. The duality concept says that always if any transaction is happening, any transaction occur, they are having two type of effects. One would be in the debit form, one would be in the credit form. There would be always dual effect of the any transaction. Suppose for example, if you have purchased a car, you have taken a car, purchase increase your expenses, and this purchase, due to this purchase cash will go out. Once cash is going out, this thing going out and the car, that is the asset, is coming to the business. Assets are coming to the business. So, one thing is coming in the business and other thing is having the same value is going out. That is why we call it that this is the dual aspect of the concept of accounting. A transaction may affect either both sides of the equation by the same amount or one side of the equation only by both increasing and decreasing in the by it equal amount. See, effect would be maybe possible it is happening in the one side only. Just example, if you are purchasing suppose you are purchasing a furniture, the furniture is your asset and you are withdrawing cash. Why cash? Because you have purchased the furniture into the cash. So, the cash will goes down, again it is a liquid asset, and furniture which is the fixed asset will come into the business. So, the effect will be same, it would be affected on one side only. The asset would be affected, one asset will increase and another asset will goes down. But it could be possible that with the same amount other side is also affected. Suppose you started a business with cash rupees 5 lakh. Once you are entering this amount into your account, your asset increase with 5 lakh, at the same time the capital will goes up with the 5 lakh amount, because when you are putting money into the business, it is increasing the capital, it is the increasing, affecting both sides of the accounts. It could be understood by the transaction affecting 2 items and transaction affecting more than 2 items. So, we will go one by one. Let us take example. The example is this, that Mr. Rohit commenced his business with cash rupees 50,000. He started his business, 50,000 was the amount. So, for drawing this, we are simply making it simple. We are putting directly in the form, only in the form of equation. Asset equals to liability plus your capital. So, with the amount of rupees 50,000, business has been started by Mr. Rohit. The 50,000 cash has been increased. So, we put an add mark here, equals to, no liability was there at the time of starting the business, but capital also increased by the 50,000. So, effect is same on the both side, asset side also and on the other side also it is same, because 50,000 has been introduced in the business. That asset and equity is increased by equal amount, because the amount was introduced in the business what 50,000, and the same amount is goes to with the name of the equity. We will take another example with this. Purchased furniture on the cash rupees 10,000. With the same 50,000, once you have started the business, what you have done now, you have purchased a furniture. Furniture was costing rupees 10,000, we have add this, and we have mentioned this thing here also, that furniture is 50,000, 10,000 rupees. But once you are purchasing this furniture on the cash basis, the cash would be withdraw from this side, that minus 10,000 supposed to be put here. So, we are subtracting 10,000 here and we are putting 10,000 here, because one asset has been increased and another asset has been decreased. The effect is on the same side of the equation, on the asset only. So, we sum up this comes to the 40,000 and now it will come to the 10,000. Again it is coming up the 50,000. It is similar to this side of this right side. As I told you, the both sides should be equal. Both sides should be equal means asset should be equals to the liability plus capital. Then only we assume that this is the accounting equation. If suppose the money is lacking here at the at capital side, so it could not be understand that it is not a wonderful accounting equation, there are some error, or by passing those entries, by passing this transaction into the accounting equation, you have done some mistake. That this transaction has affected asset side only and no change made in the equities, because it was purchased on the cash basis and cash has been decreased and the one asset, that is furniture, has been increased. Again one more transaction we will add here. Okay. The purchase, what we have done, this transaction, now what we are doing, see, we have taken introduce a new element. Mercantile means your stock, you can some people call it inventory, some people call it opening stock, on the asset side and decrease the cash by 10,000. So, what we have done here, mercantile has been increased by 10,000. Why the 10,000? Because you have purchased the mercantile in the 10,000 rupees and cash has been decreased because you have purchased into the cash form. The total will come out 30,000, 10,000 and the 10,000, again the total will be 50,000 and it will be equals to the asset equals to the liability plus your capital. Now, what this stock has been purchased on the credit basis, we want to check whether this affecting both side or not. So, furniture this mercantile has been increased with the 5,000 you have purchased on the credit basis. So, 5,000 has been added and 5,000 has 5,000 also added into the creditor, because you have taken it on the credit. Credit means you are supposed to pay after some time. At the time of purchase you are not paying money for that, but after some time you will pay money for the same purchase. 5,000 will be added here, it will come out 15,000, 10,000 and 30,000. Now, the 5,000 is there, it is 50,000, the total is again same, that is 55,000. So, that this transaction has affected asset side and the liability side, both side has been affected, and at this equation there is no amount has been changed, there is a increment in the 5,000 into the capital that has been increased. Again we are taking the cash, cash of rupees 2000, this 2000 stock has rupees 2000 stock has been sent. So what we will do, cash, when we are doing the sale, the cash is coming into the business, so 2000 will be added here, and the amount, the merchandise were rupees, it was amount rupees 1500. So see the difference, it was sold on the 2000 cash, but amount the stock was only costing rupees 1500. So we will again sum up it, there is a profit of 500 rupees because the amount, the merchandise, the stock was just rupees 1500 costing, and you have paid it into the you have earned the profit and you have paid this 1500 goods into the 2000. So 500 was surplus and 500 is assumed to be increase the capital, it is a part of profit. Again we sum up this amount, this come up 55,500, and it will again same 55,500. One more transaction is there. By this way you can actually analyze how different expenses which are occurring into the business, how it is affecting the accounting equation. As you increase your your transactions, as your expenses are increasing, your income is also increasing. As you are increasing the transaction, you would be able to more able to understand that how this accounting equation is would be affected by the different examples. So here is sold merchandise on costing on credit rupees 4000 costed rupees 3000. The merchandise was 3000 costing and you have sold it on the credit basis at 4000. Profit was 1000 rupees and you have sold it on the credit basis. So now it would be like total would be 56,500. Note that this transaction has affected asset side and also the proprietor's ship. How? An element of debtor has been introduced. Debtor is introduced. Why debtor? Because you have sold this commodity, you have sold this stock on the credit basis. Once you are selling the product on the credit basis, it is known as the that you have introduced some debtors. Once you are purchasing any commodity on the credit basis, it is assumed to be have the that you have creditors introduced into the business. So creditor has been introduced. Difference between sales price and the cost price is treated as the profit, it has been added to the capital. Why so profit? Because it is the amount was, it was we have sold it in the 4000 and it was just costing rupees 3000. So there is a profit of rupees 1000. The paid rupees 1000 to creditors for merchandise purchase, you have paid to the creditor. So cash would be withdrawn because you have paid money, and similarly the creditor will decrease by 1000. You have paid to the creditors. So the amount now, this is the total, that is 5550, yani 55,500 is the total. Again the equation is equal. Received cash from debtors rupees 1000 whom a sale on credit was made earlier. The debtor is now ready to pay to us money back. So what we will do, the money which he is paying to us is 1000. Now we will subtract this amount and we will add this amount from this cash, because we have received the money and debtor will be less now. This 4000, it will come out 3000, it will come out 32,000, 10,000, this will come out your, again the total will be same, 55,500 is the total, and this is again it is equals to each other. The asset is always equals to the your liability and plus. Now you are supposed to prepare this. How? This was just an example for the different transaction how to write it. But once you are attending this question into the examination, what is the format for writing this question into the exam? The question is being given here, prepare the accounting equation on the basis of following. This is the different transaction which you are supposed to put into the your accounting equation. Mr. Raman started business and introduced capital rupees 1 lakh. Purchase goods in cash rupees 50,000. Purchased from Bismillah Furniture rupees 20,000. Sold goods costing rupees 25,000 and the 35,000 and paid Bismillah Furnitures in the cash. Now, we will understand the nature of this expenses. The nature is, the first is this: cash will go up, increase, and similarly capital will also increase. You have purchased the goods in the cash, means cash will goes down and your goods will goes up. You have purchased from Bismillah Furniture, so here the purchase will the cash will goes down as it is a cash payment. See, once the name is given, sometimes the confusion occur. Once the name is given, it is credit or it is debit. It is up to you that what you are, how you are understanding this. Bismillah is given, it is your what from Bismillah you have purchased the furniture. If you have purchased on the credit, it would be mentioned here that we have purchased the furniture from Bismillah on the credit. So, sold goods costing rupees 20,000, once we are doing the sale, once the product has been sold, cash will goes down, increase, cash will increase and your goods will goes down. Paid Bismillah Furniture in cash. Now, you can connect this both the transaction. You have purchased the furniture from Bismillah, it was on the credit basis, because now you are paying to Bismillah for the furniture amount. The amount is not mentioned here because it is already here, 20,000 you have taken on the credit and now you are paying 20,000 to the your creditor. It could be represented in this form. It is your accounting equation. Once attending the question, you can write like your accounting equation is equals to asset equals to liability plus capital. So, we start this question one by one with the each transaction. You suppose once you are counting all the transaction and entering one by one transaction as they occur, there would not be any kind of error. But once you are picking any transaction first or entering any transaction second, now that time it will create a chaos for you. So, at the time of entering the this equations, always this is the very first rule, as the transaction happening into the market, into the business, you are supposed to add this, you are supposed to record them in the same way. So, this is the format. We have added all the transaction in the sequence, like this started a business, purchased the goods. We are writing the new equation because next time whatever transaction will be added or deducted, it will happen in this new equation. Again, goods purchased from Bismillah, it will increase your liability also. So, now it is your new equation. This is your new equation once you have sold the commodity, sold the goods. This is your equation, new equation once you have paid to the Bismillah. At the time, see the difference, that check this total from both the side, that 1,10,000 is there and 1,10,000 is there. So, what it means that you have proved that accounting equation having the same balances, asset equals to liability plus capital. So, the profit should be added, whatever profit should be added to the business, it will be added to the capital. Suppose the stock costing rupees less and you have paid it in the high amount, that will be added to the capital side. I think all this thing has been understood by you, and if I just give a quick recap, as we talk about the accounting equation, we always talk that account equation is always equal, where asset is equals to the liability plus capital. Here we talk about the different type of assets. Asset could be your cash, stock, furniture, any property like car, your vehicles, your accounts receivables, notes receivables, these all are the assets. We talked about the different liabilities. Liabilities could be your creditors, your accounts payable, your outstanding salary, wages, all these are known as the liability which you are supposed to pay to the other person. Capital is, we studied about the capital, that it could be understood by the equity, like capital is there, capital once money is introduced into the business. Second, your once you are withdrawing money from the business, it will goes down. Third, when you are earning revenue, it will increase. Fourth one is when the expenditure is being occur, it will goes down. So combinedly it can be understand that asset is always equals to the liability plus your capital. As we know, in the balance sheet also we write this thing that asset comes on the right side and liability plus your capital come on the one side, that is left side. So why this is so? Because asset is always should be equal to the capital plus liability. Once these are equal, means your balance sheet will match. Once your balance sheet is matched, that time we assume that your business is doing good and profit is being earning. If loss is there, that time again some kind of things would be there. You will subtract the loss from the capital and you will add the profit into the capital. Once loss is there, suppose cost stock which you have sold rupees 2000, it was costing rupees 1500, you have earned 500 rupees here, but think about just opposite. Suppose it was costing rupees 2000 and you have paid 1500 for this. What it means that 500 rupees was loss for you, because it was costing high but sold in the less way. So asset always should be equals to the liability and the asset, this capital. For the references, I always prefer this S.N. Maheshwari for financial accounting for the manager. This is a wonderful book. You can do the practice, as the number of question has been given in the from the same area from the accounting equation. And if you having any kind of doubt, if you feel any kind of doubt, you can write me at meenu.balian@imsec.ac.in, and you can send me your queries by the email. With this, thank you so much.